Building new habits. Start and stick to them. The sun rises slowly, casting a warm glow over a brand new day. It feels like anything is possible, doesn't it? Have you ever thought about how small habits can drastically change your life? In this video, we'll talk about how to build new habits, how to start when you feel overwhelmed, and how to stick to them until they become a natural part of your daily life. We'll explore the science behind habit formation, and I'll share some practical tips that have helped me and thousands of others build a better life, one small habit at a time. Whether you're hoping to improve your health, boost your productivity, or simply invite more joy into your everyday routine, this video will give you the tools you need to get started. Let's begin this journey together. We often think about making big changes in our lives. We set ambitious goals and dream of overnight transformations. But the truth is, lasting change is the product of daily habits. Building habits isn't just about adding new tasks to your day. It's about improving your life in the long run, day after day, step by step. Studies show that nearly 40% of our actions are driven by habits. Let that sink in for a moment. Almost half of what you do each day is not a conscious choice, but rather an automatic response ingrained in your brain over time. Now imagine the impact if these habits were positive and beneficial. Think of your life like a savings account. Every positive habit you build is like making a small deposit. It might not seem like much in the moment, but over time, these small deposits compound into something significant. The same goes for negative habits. They're like small withdrawals that drain your resources over time. The key takeaway here is that even tiny changes, when repeated consistently, can lead to remarkable results. Just like a ship adjusting its course by a single degree, small shifts in your daily habits can steer you towards a completely different destination in life. So, if you want to make a real change, stop focusing on the overwhelming big picture and start by building one small habit at a time. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. Embrace the idea that small changes, compounded over time, can lead to extraordinary results. Remember, habits shape your identity. One of the biggest obstacles to building new habits is the feeling of overwhelm. We set the bar too high, try to change too much at once, and then get discouraged when we inevitably fall short. This is why it's crucial to master the art of starting small. When I say start small, I mean really small. Choose a habit so ridiculously easy that you can't help but do it. For example, instead of aiming to read a book a week, commit to reading just one page per day. Instead of trying to run a marathon, start with a 5-minute walk. The goal is to make the habit so easy that it's almost impossible to fail. This does two things. First, it removes the friction of starting, making it more likely that you'll actually take action. Second, it builds momentum and confidence. Each time you successfully complete your tiny habit, you prove to yourself that you're capable of change. Think of it like building a muscle. You wouldn't start lifting weights by trying to bench press your body weight. You'd start with lighter weights and gradually increase the load over time. The same principle applies to building habits. Don't underestimate the power of small wins. Now that you've identified a small habit to start with, let's talk about how to make it stick. One of the most effective strategies is called habit stacking. This involves attaching your new habit to an existing one. Think about your daily routine. What are some things you do automatically, without even thinking about them? Brushing your teeth, making coffee, taking a shower? These are all existing habits that can serve as anchors for your new habit. For example, let's say you want to start meditating for 5 minutes each day, but you can never seem to find the time. Instead of trying to create a whole new routine, try stacking it onto an existing habit. You could meditate for 5 minutes immediately after brushing your teeth each morning. The key to habit stacking is to be specific. Don't just tell yourself you'll meditate sometime in the morning. Instead, create a clear mental link. After I brush my teeth, I will meditate for 5 minutes. By linking your new habit to an existing one, you're essentially piggybacking on the automatic nature of your current routine. This makes it easier to remember your new habit and reduces the amount of willpower required to do it. Experiment with different habit stacks and find what works best for you. Chapter 4. The importance of time and place. Another crucial element of building lasting habits is to create a clear plan for when and where you'll perform your new behavior. This involves establishing a specific time and location for your habit. Our brains love consistency. When we perform a habit at the same time and place each day, it becomes associated with that particular context. This makes it more likely that we'll remember to do the habit and reduces the amount of mental energy required to initiate it. For example, if you want to start going for a run each morning, decide exactly when and where you'll do it. Will you run at 7 a.m.? Will you run around your neighborhood or at a nearby park? The more specific you are, the better. You can even prepare your environment to make it more conducive to your habit. Lay out your running clothes the night before, or set a reminder on your phone with a motivating message. These small cues can make a big difference in reducing friction and making it easier to stick to your habit. Creating a dedicated time and place for your habit also helps to eliminate decision fatigue. Set yourself up for success by establishing a clear time and place for your new habit, and watch your consistency soar. Chapter 5: The Power of Rewards. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. This is why rewards can be such a powerful tool for building new habits. When we reward ourselves for performing a desired behavior, we're essentially reinforcing that behavior in our brains, making it more likely that we'll repeat it in the future. The key to using rewards effectively is to choose something you genuinely enjoy, and that's aligned with your goals. Don't reward yourself with a piece of cake if you're trying to eat healthier. Instead, choose something that supports your overall well-being, like a relaxing bath or an episode of your favorite TV show. The reward doesn't have to be big or expensive. In fact, small, frequent rewards can be more effective than large, infrequent ones. For example, if you're trying to establish a daily writing habit, you could reward yourself with a cup of your favorite tea after each writing session. It's also important to reward yourself immediately after completing the habit. This creates a stronger association between the behavior and the reward, making it more likely that you'll repeat the behavior in the future. Don't underestimate the power of celebration. When you achieve a milestone, no matter how small, take the time to acknowledge and celebrate your success. Chapter 6: Mastering the Art of Sticking to Habits. Congratulations! You've taken the first steps towards building a new habit. You've started small, attached it to an existing habit, set a time and place, and even incorporated rewards. Now comes the real challenge: sticking to it. Starting a new habit is often the easy part. The real test comes when the initial excitement wears off and you're faced with the daily grind of actually doing the work. But don't worry, with the right strategies, you can overcome the inevitable obstacles and make your new habit stick. First and foremost, be patient. Building a new habit takes time. Don't expect to see results overnight. Research suggests that it takes an average of 66 days to form a new habit, but it can take longer depending on the complexity of the habit and your individual circumstances. Next, embrace the fact that you're human and you're going to make mistakes. There will be days when you miss your habit, and that's okay. The important thing is to not let one slip-up derail your entire progress. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just acknowledge the mistake and get back on track as soon as possible. One of the best ways to stay motivated and on track is to track your progress. Use a habit tracker, a journal, or even a simple calendar to mark off each day you successfully complete your habit. Seeing your progress visually can be incredibly motivating and help you stay accountable. Remember, building lasting habits is a marathon, not a sprint. Chapter 7: The Transformative Power of Small Changes. As we reach the end of this journey together, I want you to remember this. Never underestimate the power of small changes. It's easy to get caught up in the allure of grand transformations, but the truth is, lasting change happens gradually, one small step at a time. Each small habit you build, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your life. Over time, these brushstrokes accumulate, creating a beautiful and meaningful picture. Don't get discouraged if you don't see dramatic results immediately. Remember, the most meaningful changes often happen beneath the surface, slowly but surely shaping the person you are becoming. Embrace the journey. Find joy in the process of building new habits and becoming the best version of yourself. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and learn from your setbacks. The journey of building better habits is a lifelong pursuit. It's about making small, sustainable changes that compound over time, leading to remarkable results. Remember, success is not about giant leaps, but rather the steady accumulation of tiny steps in the right direction. As you embark on your own journey of habit formation, remember to be patient with yourself, embrace the process, and celebrate your progress along the way. Don't get discouraged by setbacks. They are a natural part of the process. Instead, view them as opportunities for learning and growth. Start today. Choose one small habit you want to build and commit to it.